You know, every great story, every epic, really starts with a single powerful question. And for one of the most famous epics in the world, that question was all about finding the perfect hero. And that search, it all begins in an ancient, timeless forest.
So picture this. The sage poet Valmiki is sitting in the forest, and he asks this profound question. He's looking for someone who embodies Dharma, which is this huge concept, right? Think of it as the ultimate path of righteousness, duty, and cosmic balance. I mean, who could possibly live up to all that?
And believe it or not, an answer comes. The celestial sage Narada appears, straight from the heavens, and he says, yes, such a man absolutely exists. His name? Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya. And with just that one name, the entire epic is set in motion.
All right, so let's set the stage. Our story kicks off in the incredible kingdom of Ayodhya. It's prosperous, it's beautiful, and it's ruled by the noble king Dasharatha. He has everything a king could want. Well, except for one thing. He has no heir, and that sorrow just hangs over everything. So what's the solution? The king's advisors tell him he needs to perform a very special, very powerful sacred fire ritual. And this isn't just any ceremony. We're talking about chants so powerful they were said to literally move the heavens, all to ask the gods for a son.
And guess what? It worked. A divine being emerges right from the sacrificial fire and gives the sacred offering to the king's three queens. And soon, the palace isn't just blessed with one son, but four. And right from the very beginning, you see this incredible bond form. Lakshmana, especially, was completely inseparable from his older brother, Rama. So the four princes grow up, learning everything they need to know. Scriptures, archery, how to rule. But Rama? Well, Rama was just on another level. He was the best at everything, incredibly powerful. But what really defined him was his kindness and his compassion. He was the guy Valmiki had been asking about, the real deal.
Okay, so this perfect childhood comes to a sudden halt with a very dramatic entrance. A storm rolls in, and with it comes the intense Sage Vishwamitra. And you can just tell the moment he shows up that everything is about to change.
And the sage's request is, well, it's a bombshell. He doesn't ask for the army or for money. Nope. He points to the king's most beloved son and says, give me Rama. He needs the young prince to fight off demons that are wrecking his rituals. This is it. This is Rama's official call to adventure.
King Dasharatha, as you can imagine, is horrified. He pleads, he's just a boy. Take my entire army. Take me, but not him. But Vishwamitra doesn't budge. He challenges the king's honor and basically says, don't you understand the great destiny your son has? The king is heartbroken, but his hands are tied. He has to agree. And as Rama steps forward, totally calm and ready to do his duty, who's right there beside him without a second's hesitation? His brother, Lakshmana. His declaration says it all, simple and absolute. It was a done deal. The two of them were going to face this together.
And just like that, they're off. For the very first time in their lives, the two princes leave the safety of Ayodhya. They follow Vishwamitra deep into these ancient misty forests, walking into a whole new world of magic and, of course, danger.
Now, Vishwamitra is a great mentor. He doesn't just send them in blind. He gives them two secret mantras, Bala and Atibala. And these aren't just words. They're like a divine power-up. They grant the boys immunity from hunger, exhaustion, and fear, plus a major boost in supernatural strength.
And they're gonna need it, because their first test shows up fast. A monstrous roar shakes the forest, and they're confronted by this terrifying demoness named Tataka. She's the kind of evil that poisons the land just by being there, completely throwing off the natural balance of things.
So, after they take care of Tataka, they have to stand guard over Vishwamitra's ritual for 6 whole days and nights. And the demons throw everything they've got at them. We're talking fiery assaults, illusions, the works. On the last day, the two head honchos, Maricha and Subahu, show up. But Rama, with his incredible divine arrows, handles them both, and the ritual is finally completed in peace.
So first quest, a huge success. But their journey's far from over. Vishwamitra's like, all right, great job, guys. Now for the next stop. And he leads them towards the kingdom of Mithila, where an even bigger test is waiting for them.
On the way there, something happens that isn't a big battle, but it tells you everything about Rama's character.
They find an old abandoned hermitage, and Rama, with just a single touch, frees a woman named Ahalya from a curse that had turned her to stone for years. It just shows that his power wasn't just about fighting, it was about compassion.
So when they get to Mithila, there's a massive competition going on. King Janaka is looking for a husband for his daughter, the amazing Princess Sita. But there's a catch, of course. The challenge? You have to lift and string the personal bow of the god Shiva. A weapon so heavy, no mortal was supposed to be able to even move it. And I mean, everybody was there, the most powerful kings, the most famous warriors, the whole who's who of the ancient world. And one by one, they try, and they fail. Miserably, not a single one of them can even budge the thing an inch.
The hall is just thick with the silence of failure. Then, Vishwamitra gives a quiet nod, and this young prince from Ayodhya just calmly walks up to the legendary bow. You can practically hear the crowd whispering, "Who does this kid think he is?"
But here's the amazing part. Rama doesn't even struggle. He lifts the bow like it's a twig, and as he goes to string it, this sound like a massive thunderclap echoes through the entire kingdom. He didn't just string the unbreakable bow, he snapped it right in two.
The hall just erupts. King Janaka is overcome with joy. This was it. This was destiny fulfilled. The radiant Princess Sita walks forward and places the victory garland around Rama's neck. It's this absolutely perfect moment, like even the heavens are celebrating. And the party that followed was one for the ages. King Dasharatha comes from Ayodhya, and the whole thing turns into a huge family celebration. See, it wasn't just one wedding, it was 4. Each of the brothers is married to a princess of Mithila. It's just a moment of pure joy and unity for everyone. And so the 4 princes head back home, not as boys anymore, but as proven heroes and as husbands. The entire city of Ayodhya is out celebrating their return. Their first great journey into the wider world is officially a success.
But here's the most important thing to remember. Everything we just covered, the divine birth, the first battles, the incredible wedding, that's all just the beginning. It's just the prologue. The real story, the one that becomes an epic, is about what happens next. A story of exile, war, and impossible choices, all centered on a hero trying to live as the embodiment of Dharma, and in doing so, changing the world forever.